Built for your small business free. That's 1-855-298-0952.
Welcome back to Hardball. Secret Service Director Joseph Clancy is in the hot seat over the incident earlier this month involving 2 agents who disrupted an active bomb investigation at the White House. As the Washington Post reported, the agents were allegedly drinking before they drove into a barricade on the compound. And after an underwhelming performance Tuesday, Director Clancy returned to Capitol Hill to testify again today. This time, he made an effort to downplay the severity of the incident as it was first reported.
I've also personally reviewed video surveillance from the evening of March 4th, and I welcome the opportunity to review this footage with each of you. Based on the footage, previous reports of a crash are inaccurate. There was no crash. The video shows a vehicle entering the White House complex at a speed of approximately 1 to 2 miles per hour and pushing aside a plastic barrel. There was no damage to the vehicle.
As he said, his assessment of the incident is based on his review of surveillance video. However, in a closed-door meeting yesterday, Director Clancy revealed to lawmakers that additional videotapes, which might have captured the incident more clearly, may have been deleted. Here's how Congressman Jason Chaffetz reacted to the new information last night.
There are literally hundreds of cameras surrounding the White House. We saw 2 angles, but when we asked, can we see a different angle? Are there other cameras? The director said he wasn't sure they had these tapes, but they may have been erased. Erased? Are you kidding me? May have been something embarrassing in there, but they weren't showing us the other tapes. We have asked for them formally. We expect to see them, but the director indicated they may not have them.
But in his testimony today, Clancy denied that they were intentionally deleted.
We don't have a system where someone can erase tapes, put their finger on a dial and erase them. But they are, by practice, 72 hours taped over. And I know that's a concern, rightfully so. So what I did, I instructed my staff to reach out to the manufacturer, and hopefully we can get the manufacturer in to try to recreate those tapes.
It's another blow to the credibility of Director Clancy, who was appointed to clean up the agency just last October. I'm joined now by Carol Leonnig of the Washington Post, who was the first to break the story of the agents driving into the barricade at the White House. Carol, thanks for being here. I have to ask you, are your sources, are they contradicting the director here?
No, actually the director confirmed what we reported. I understand why the director is pushing hard and saying that there was no crash. What he looked at in the videotape, there was no crash. We didn't report there was a crash. He said on Tuesday, just to remind everybody in his testimony on the Hill, that the first he heard of this was Monday, 5 days after it happened. And he said the first he heard was from people telling him that there were allegations that there had been a crash at the White House involving agents who were suspected of being drunk. We reported what he was investigating at the time. These partial tapes help establish that the guys weren't going very fast. As we reported, they nudged a barrel, they hit a barricade, a temporary barricade, but they didn't hit very hard, they didn't hurt the car. But now, while the new director is very strongly asserting that this is not a very serious incident, or at least the driving part of it isn't very serious, he's also acknowledging I have a wealth of potential evidence that is no longer in my possession. And lawmakers, both Republicans and Democrats that I interviewed after he told them this today are really stunned that, a Walmart will keep this for 30 days, but the Secret Service keeps it for 3.
Well, Carol, talk more about the reaction that you've heard from folks on Capitol Hill. I mean, they're stunned by this, but what are they actually saying?
So Congressman Cummings and I were just on the phone. He's the ranking member of the Oversight Committee, and he's, along with Chairman Chaffetz, running an investigation into what happened here on March 4th. And what he told me was, it's really concerning because that night there was a bomb threat. A woman, minutes before these agents drove onto the complex, a woman jumps out of her car, throws a strange-looking green package onto the ground, and yells in a series of epithets, "This is a bomb." It's immediately cordoned off and surrounded. And Congressman Chuck Cummings said, by their own policy, the Secret Service should have retained all sorts of video footage from this night all over the place because there was a serious incident. Whether they thought these agents driving onto the complex was a big deal or not, the bomb threat was.
Yeah, Carol, we're going to be reading lots of news stories in the future, so we'll have you back. Thank you, Carol Lanning of the Washington Post.
Thanks, John.
Up next, Hillary Clinton might not officially be running yet, but she's giving us more clues about how she'll run when she finally gets in the race. That's next with the Roundtable. You're watching Hardball, the place for politics.
You suffer from aching heels and feet? Is stepping out of bed in the morning torture? Let our best guy, heel spurs and aching feet can make it impossible to take another step. Introducing Foot Angel, the revolutionary compression foot sleeve with 7 different zones that provide soothing relief for the foot and heel. Watch, just slip on Foot Angel for instant support that lasts all day. Look, everyday activity can cause sore, throbbing feet and swelling, but Foot Angel's heavenly 7-zone design provides targeted compression to the ball, arch, plantar fascia, heel, and ankle for soothing relief. Foot Angel helps support your feet, stimulate circulation, and reduce swelling. Lightweight and comfortable. Wear them discreetly under socks or hosiery, and with any shoes, sneakers, or boots. Even sleep with Foot Angel and step out of bed with ease.
I recommend Foot Angel because it does support relief for my patients suffering with foot and ankle pain.
The pain was so bad that I had to elevate it and put ice on it every night. With Foot Angel, I'm now able to walk comfortably, and now I'm able to run again.
I've got chronic fasciitis. It really messes with my golf game. Very painful. Foot Angel is like compression on your foot. It keeps everything in place, and the pain just seems to disappear.
Wear Foot Angel for any long-distance travel to help circulation and reduce swelling. And they're machine washable. Now get Foot Angel for just $12.99. But what do you call right now and we'll totally offer free? Just pay processing and handling. As a bonus, we'll also send you the acupressure massage ball, absolutely free. Enjoy a soothing, energizing foot massage from the tips of your toes to the heels of your feet. And Foot Angel comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's 2 Foot Angels and the massage ball. A heavenly value for just $12.99. Order now.
To order, call 1-800-815-2674 or visit myfootangel.com for just $12.99 and we'll double the offer. That's 1-800-815. Introducing the DirecTV Bracket app. Brought to you by the first ever Lexus NX Turbo. It's the easiest way to keep tabs on your team and your picks all tournament long. Turn to channel 701, enter your picks, and you'll have instant access to all the latest scores, stats, and more. Just like the first ever Lexus NX Turbo, the DirecTV Bracket app takes you beyond the ordinary and allows you to experience the tournament in a whole new way.
The FDA issued a public notice to doctors and patients concerning serious injuries caused by transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, and bladder sling. Please call now if you had one of these devices implanted in the last 5 years. You may be entitled to a cash award. If you had a transvaginal mesh, bladder mesh, pelvic sling, or bladder sling in the last 5 years,
Please call 1-888-353-4051 now.
574-0228. That's 1-800-574-0228.
How do we empower our returning heroes? Patrick Murphy explores solutions to the unique challenges facing America's veteran community. Taking the Hill, Sunny at 1 on MSNBC.
Hello everybody, I'm Betty Wynn. Here's what's happening. The body of Wall Street Journal reporter David Byrd has been found more than a year after he left his home for a walk and never returned. Secret Service Director Joseph Clancy is hitting back at reports about the March 9th incident involving 2 agents who allegedly drove drunk. He says reporting on the matter has been exaggerated. And in a Persian New Year's message to the people and leaders of Iran, President Obama says this year, Iran and the U.S. have an opportunity to pursue a different future. Now, it's back to Hardball.
Welcome back to Hardball. She's not yet an official candidate for president, but Hillary Clinton has already found her perfect foil. The Republican-led Congress and its historically low approval ratings. In a series of tweets, Hillary links into Republicans on divisive issues such as Iran, abortion, race, and health care. Last week, she took aim at her potential Republican rival sitting in the U.S. Senate. She tweeted, GOP letter to Iranian clerics undermines American leadership. No one considering running for commander-in-chief should be signing on. On Monday, she tweeted congressional trifecta against women today, blocking great nominee, first African-American woman AG, for longer than any AG in 30 years, playing politics with trafficking victims and threatening women's health and rights. And again on Tuesday, repeal of the ACA would let insurers write their own rules again and wipe out coverage for 16 million Americans. The Washington Post writes, Clinton's broad brush assault is intended to tie all Republicans to what Democrats think are the unpopular policies and unappealing overreach of congressional leaders. Clinton's chosen topics and targets also provide a window on her preparation for a campaign likely to focus on which candidate can best connect with the middle class and economically disenfranchised. Joining the roundtable tonight, Casey Hunt is a political correspondent for MSNBC. Paul Singer is Washington correspondent with USA Today. And Lauren Victoria Burke is managing editor of Politics 365. So, folks, is the GOP Congress and their early stumbles just the perfect foil for Hillary Clinton? Lauren, I'll start with you.
Well, obviously it is. I mean, this is a Congress that doesn't do much. They don't pass much. Now the Republicans obviously are in charge, and they're not showing that they can govern. So this is a very easy Congress to run against. At some point, it's got to get, I think, a little bit boring to middle-class Americans that you're paying people $174,000 a year to sort of not put out anything. So for Hillary to run against that and challenge that is pretty easy, particularly with populist-related issues.
Casey, is that going to last long?
Well, Jonathan, it's going to have to last for a good long while. She doesn't have anyone to turn her fire against otherwise because she doesn't have a primary. And I think that's really her struggle going in here. We've talked a lot with the emails about the fact that she might actually benefit from a primary challenger. And the reality is she's only going to have this Republican Congress to run against. You've seen President Obama do that in his midterm cycle and also some in 2012. I think her challenge is going to be that she can't do what a president can. She doesn't have that pen and phone, as he said, that she can then use to take action that can then be a major part of the news cycle. All she can do is attack, and I think that's a tougher spot to be in than what the president has faced for the last 4 years.
Right, well, Paul, you know, all she can do is attack, but if she's attacking on issues. She's attacking on women's issues, health care, fairness, race, you name it. I mean, and she's doing it all through Twitter. So are we seeing through those tweets and her comments the foundation, the bare bones of what a campaign, at least substantively will look like?
Absolutely. In fact, we have a story on our website today about the fact that Hillary Clinton is already laying the groundwork for the first woman president theme that's going to carry through. She's going to try and make the pitch to women that you have to vote for the first woman president. The Republican Congress, of course, is giving her some of those issues to play with. When they block bills because they have an abortion rider on there, it's playing right into her strategy. She can talk women's issues and bad Republican Congress all at the same time. That's good for her.